You are listening to CMH EPC's Mocktail Hour Podcast. We host a Mocktail Hour once a month where we discuss various topics over cocktails. And for those who don't drink alcohol, mocktails. We are inclusive over here. Sip your favorite cocktail with us or try our featured cocktail as we dialogue. This is an environment to hear new and different perspectives. Everyone's thoughts, feelings, and opinions are valid to them, and in this space, we respect that. Oh, hi, welcome. I would like to take a moment of appreciation for our guests today who have attended our monthly cocktail hour and are now here to share their thoughts and opinions with us. We have a number of topics to discuss. You never know what new perspectives you may hear today. We have Twin is a manager of operations for one of the largest Fortune 500 transportation and logistics companies. She is the only Black female manager of operations for her company in both the central and southern regions. Twin was born near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's a diehard Steelers fan, black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
And has now lived in Houston for 24 years. She graduated from the University of Houston with her bachelor's degree and later received her MBA in project management. We have Wes here, who is an educator and a coach, doing all the fun things here in Houston, also a Houston native. Mm-hmm. We have V is a recreational supervisor and a certified personal trainer, an alumnus of Mississippi Valley State University with a Bachelor of Science and a Master's in Sports Science from Jackson State University. Originally from Illinois, currently residing in Beaumont, Texas. Thank you guys for being here today. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sorry, I did not know you was going to do like college.
It's what I said. It's whatever. Okay. Whatever, how you want the people to know who you are. Is
go Tigers. I'm a LSU alumna.
No.
So I just have to throw that in there.
We got a rivalry happening.
I'm an Alabama fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll talk after the show.
Nah, probably not.
Oh gosh, our featured cocktail today is a peach margarita. In a peach margarita, you can do tequila, sweet and sour, and some peach schnapps, and that's what we're sipping on today. So we're going to get into our topics. How do you feel about the concept that we live in a parallel universe?
I believe it. We're not the only people here. It's impossible. It's very much impossible. I feel like we're a science experiment. It's like some kid from another dimension, and we like in his snow globe, and he's just shaking us up and dropping shit in there, and that's where COVID came from. It's just, I don't know.
It just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for us to be the only planet.
Yeah.
As stupid as humans are, we cannot be the highest form.
We can't.
No.
It's no possible.
There's no way.
I feel like we're playing something that's already been played a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is nothing new.
We in a rerun right now.
Yeah, we're just catching exactly.
Now.
We're just catching up.
It's been here, done that.
Been here, done that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it just shows up. The same thing shows up in different ways.
Yeah, that's like
forms.
deja vu. When you have deja vu, it's a reason why.
Yeah, it's a reason why.
you're like, this is familiar.
Yeah.
Time is a construct anyway. It's like
Accurate.
time is just time.
Mm-hmm.
That we.
That's why I
as
love
humans,
Doctor Strange.
I love Doctor Strange.
Yes.
That's much.
Why do we all love Doctor Strange?
I love Doctor Strange.
I love Doctor Strange.
I want a Marvel leg sleeve, and he will be included on that.
Man.
Yes.
This 24 hours is not 24 hours. Like,
It's not. It's not.
we have been taught that
right.
since we've been in
But who
kindergarten?
decided? Like, why is it 12
Who
months in a
decided
year?
green was green? Who decided the sun was the sun? Like, we can say anything because listen, we have an urban dictionary, so obviously we can
change
dictate
up
whatever we wanna
vernaculars.
dictate, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, listen.
What if Western was already an urban dictionary?
Listen, Western. Listen, I'm about
It
to
was already a
this
dirt.
podcast.
It started. Mind blown.
My I ain't fucking with nobody today, but we
Oh my gosh. Okay, when getting to know someone, what do you consider to be effort? Is sending a text message effort, or showing up, or initiating a link up?
I'm gonna take this last. I'm gonna let y'all.
Do you need a refresh on your cocktail?
I don't.
Okay, you got your water?
I got.
Okay.
I'm good.
I would say initiating. And link up meaning initiating. I don't say link up, but like initiating a date. If you're interested in somebody, it's kind of like an appointment. Like, you need to go to the doctor, whatever. Set the appointment.
You gotta make the phone call.
Yeah, you gotta make the phone call, make the text, initiate. Hey, just get to know each other. Meet me at this time. Here, if you're doing something special, make sure you let the person know, what's expected without telling, giving out what you're gonna do. But just kind of let them know, hey, meet at this time. It's gonna be here. Make sure you bring this. If you like, depending on what you're doing. So no, just initiate. Anybody could text. Heck, that's why all these people in the talking stages, we all feel like customer service. Yeah, we all customer. That's like we feel like customer service. Everybody talking and texting and stuff.
Oh, come on, customer
Pick up the
service.
phone.
No, I was like, anybody could talk, text. It's like,
Anybody can talk and text.
Yes, initiate. Me personally, I like to get to know the person live in life.
Yes.
In person.
Because you can fake a lot through text message.
That
And
part.
a lot can be misconstrued through text message.
Exactly.
It can.
Because I have a weird sense of humor, so sometimes when I text stuff, people be like, what? And I be like, oh, let me call you and explain what I was saying, because that's not what I meant. So, yeah.
But it's like, you understand if it's like you're live with that person.
Right.
You get all the feels, all the senses,
The body language.
the body
all of that,
language
yeah.
and all that.
The expressions, the tone, all the things.
All the things. So I say initiate.
Yeah.
So since I'm the oldest,
Are you?
I am the oldest here.
Okay.
So we can let's just start it back from, we had the AOL, right?
Oh gosh.
We had Backpage, we had the MySpace,
Black
we had the
Planet.
Y'all had
Downlane.
Backpage. I ain't never had no
like,
Backpage.
all these
I ain't never
all these
back that
different
page.
avenues to meet young ladies or meet someone who you were interested in, right? So now we just have, I don't know, you have Hinge, you have Tinder, you have all these different things. Still same meaning, right? Me as a person, I am an introvert, natural. I'm a texter,
Me too.
but if I don't have to text, I'd rather meet you in person. I will converse on the phone, but I would prefer to meet in person. Let's go have a drink. Let's go meet
Interact
up
with
and
each other.
interact with each other to
Yes, let's
understand
get
if
a feel.
if this is something I want to do, if it's not something I want to do, right? So in the same instance, you will always meet that same representative, whether it's on text messages or in person. You're going to meet that same representative in person. So how do you break that? This is how I break it. Take notes. This is how I break it. Okay. So you go out, right? You go out for the first time. You go out, have something simple. Go to like the flat. Go to something that has no constraints on it, right? Have a conversation, have some drinks, get to know somebody. That next date should be something that's serious, because at this point, you've met them in person. You have had that ideology to, you like X, Y, and Z. No text needed. Don't need to call. Meet me at this place. It's like kind of what you said earlier, right? Meet me at this place. If they are late, if they don't take you seriously, if they want to throw their, I don't like this because my ex used to do this, don't talk to them.
Oh, no.
Do not talk to them,
Come on,
because
red
if you want to,
And
if
I
you
even
want to
start on
start
a clean slate.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
if you want to start on a clean slate, start with the clean slate. But when you start bringing in my ex did this, my ex did that, you will never have a shot. You will never get to know an individual. But I'm not a texter. I'm not on the phone. I'm not going to stay on the phone for like 10 hours like we used to have to do, because we didn't have text messages. we weren't able to leave like an email. We couldn't do that. You had to stay on the phone. But now that we don't have to be on the phone, take that advantage. Take that advantage and say, let's go to dinner. Let's go, I don't know.
Go out for drinks. Happy hour.
Go out for drinks.
Yeah.
Let's do zip tie. Let's go to main event. Let's go golfing. Whatever it is to get somebody outside of their comfort zone, that's how you're going to know who they are as a person. And that's what I found. Like, do something strange. Like, let's go, I don't know, body sculpting. Like, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is to get someone who's never been in that situation, that's how you're going to understand someone who is genuine. That's how you're going to understand as someone who is interested in you. That's how you're going to understand if someone is going to put that time into you.
Yeah.
I like that.
This is 41 years of experience. I'm just saying.
Dropping nuggets over
I'm
here.
dropping some
Okay?
nuggets, but everyone's not at that point. I mean, you don't have to make it expensive. You can make it
Yeah, it
as
don't have to be
general as
expensive.
possible.
Just talk.
But just talk. If you the more you talk to someone, the more you can understand if it's going to be a fit. The more you can understand if you're going to vibe. The more you can understand if you are going to be something long term. I was in a situation, and I thought it was going to be long term. I'm still trying to get her back, and I will get her back. But you just have to work at it.
Yeah.
When you know, and I know she's for me, and I'm gonna get her. So.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, we all have a representative, right? Like when we first meet somebody. For me, I'm an introvert, and depending on what it is, like I like to go to the places that I enjoy, and I will invite the person to the places that I enjoy because that's my comfort zone, right? And so then I'm not weird and awkward and like all the things. But we all have representative at first, right? We try to present our best selves. And for me, you know, I like to hear and, you know, you tell me about yourself, but at the most I'm going to listen to is your actions. So for me, I look at your actions, and that tells me everything I need to know, in conjunction with, you know, what you say about yourself, if you know yourself. And everybody knows themselves, so there's also that. But yeah, for me, what was the question? Where is it? Oh,
but let's say what you just said though. So you were saying, like, you know yourself, you know who you are. So when you meet someone, how do you want them to represent themselves to you?
That's a good question.
I want them to show up as they show up. Like, just be who you are.
Right, but in the same sense. Let me throw a little wrench into it. So you want someone to show up how they are. If you want them to show up how they are, do you necessarily want someone to take the lead, or do you want to take the lead? So how do they know the difference?
I mean, for me, it's give and take, right? So, like, if I'm interested, I'm gonna exhibit or show that interest, and vice versa. Like, for me, it's a balance of things. So I feel like there shouldn't be like one person like doing all the initiating. There shouldn't be one person planning everything, right? I feel like the interest has to be mutual, and if it's mutual, then each person is going to do their part to show their interest. So everybody's different. So however that shows up for them is how it shows up for them. If I understand that, then I'm like, oh, this is their way of showing that they're interested, and I know that about them. But everybody's different, so it varies on like the person that you're talking to. So
I had a long, drawn out conversation about this, right? Because, and I may be old school, or maybe it's been a conversation I've had too many times to ignore it, right? So, not in the beginning, because that just sounds like crazy, right? But in the beginning,
that was heaven and earth.
of finding ourselves, quote unquote, lesbian, whatever, right? It was the more masculine presenting woman was going to be the male, and the more dominant feminine was going to be the wife, right? So
heteronormative shit.
Yes. And listen, I bought into it because I'm a millennial, right? Early millennial.
I want to be a housewife, just FYI.
Listen, I could be a fucking housewife. I will be a fucking housewife. I ain't gonna lie, but I will be a fucking housewife. I will be a housewife.
Yeah, I like the
I will clean, cook,
you want to be a kept woman?
wash,
Definitely.
everything you want, ladies.
Do my
I'm there.
house.
But going back to what I was saying. In general, it's like you almost have those same stigmas of a male and female. How do you differentiate that? Because some women that I have dated in my past, right, because I choose or am more comfortable in dressing and masculine presenting, it's almost inferred or expected that I will do X, Y, and Z. I will pay for everything, and I don't mind.
Take out the
I don't mind
trash.
doing that. I don't mind doing that, ladies. So I'm
Kill
just
the
saying in general.
bugs.
Let me just stop that. I'm paying for everything. You know, you want your hair done, I got it. You want your nails done, I got it. At what point do us as women understand we are both women, and it should not be put on the one who is wearing the masculine clothing, but should be a environment to where it is, I'm not going to feel less than if my partner chooses to take me to brunch, if my partner chooses to buy me an outfit.
So here's the thing, because you are, I mean, we're of the same generation, but like also, you know, when you were identifying yourself and becoming comfortable with yourself, it was different than what it is now. Like, we've definitely grown as a society, right? And honestly, that's just a matter of you finding what works for you. Like, we talk about this all the time, how there are heteronormative standards that are put on homosexual relationships. And it's like, we're both, for me, I'm like, we're both women. Like, you do what works for you, I do what works for me, and then we work together, you know? Like, I don't put, I mean, and also with me just being like just super independent and doing everything myself anyway, like if somebody comes into my life, it's like, okay, we're going to do what works best for us. So what my strengths are, I will do. What your strengths are, you will do. And then we'll work together on the things that we are both not great at. That's just a matter of finding those people that think the same way that you do. And it sounds like you're finding the people that are placing those heteronormative shits on the lifestyle that it's not heteronormative. Like, just because you are masculine presenting does not mean that, like, you know, you need to go take out the trash or, you know, mow the grass or, you know, all the things. Like, all the things. Go ahead, refresh your cocktail.
But also to piggyback off that, like, that's a lot of the issue with actual hetero relationships. You have women who want their husbands to be open, vulnerable, and all of that stuff. But if you don't give somebody the space to do that, then they can't do that. So the same way we try to pick up these habits from these heteronormative relationships, we have to look at the barriers that they face and learn from that, because you have a glaring example right there. So if this is something that these relationships are failing at, why would you repeat that same failure when you saw the example?
I agree.
So like, everybody likes to be catered to. Like, I have a lot of brothers. It was this thing going around on TikTok about guys getting flowers for the first time, and people were like, you know, this is the first time I got flowers, and most of the men I know, they never got flowers unless it was for their funeral. So like, it was very touching to these guys to get like flowers from their family members or whatever. So it's like, if you expect these people to make these concessions for you, make these efforts for you, you have to do the same thing in return. So
Absolutely.
Reciprocity.
Boom, shakalaka.
Reciprocity.
But I don't like flowers.
Is that a love language?
And that's
it
okay.
should be.
I don't
not.
I don't like love. I don't like flowers.
And that's
to,
fine.
to me, because flowers are going to eventually die. That's
they got
why
forever flowers.
They do. Yeah. But you
But
typically
then-
don't
But
get
flowers
them.
in a different form.
But yes. So
right.
I've never been a fan of flowers. I've never been a fan of buying flowers for my partner. And I say that from rip. I'm not. If you expect flowers from me, expect something else. I'm gonna get you something that's going to be long lasting, right? Because I'm a numbers and cents. But to go back to your point, because as a masculine presenting female, I've never received flowers, right? I've never received a bouquet of roses. I've never received that at all, right? I received a cologne, I've received polos, I've received everything else besides flowers. I think if I, at this point in my life, received flowers, I would probably cry. Because I've never received it. If it wasn't for my mom, for Valentine's Day, just randomly give me like a rose, I would have never received flowers to where I could appreciate that. But I'm quick to give my partner, someone I'm interested in, flowers to make their day.
Right.
So the same TikTok video that you saw will be the same thing for me. And I'm okay with that. I still don't need flowers, but I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the thought pattern. I appreciate someone who's going to go out on the limb and say, you know what? I remember she said she likes the bear for polo. And buy me polo with the bear. That will make me cry, because
flowers are just a symbol. It's what's specific to you.
Yeah.
Flowers are just a symbol.
But the specifics have always been on us.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a distinctive mind pattern to listen to what she says. And when I'm at the store, I'm like, oh, you know what? She did like this. She liked this Black Panther.
Yep.
And I'm going to get it for her. Oh, she did like. Oh, she loves these
take
butt
notes
cakes.
in the phone.
Right, like you take notes because you know it's going to be something that is going to be significant to her, and it's the same type of feeling that the TikTok gave.
And what I'm hearing is that so you're doing these things, but you're not getting it back in return.
Right.
So you're
No
wanting them to
Reciprocity.
listen to what you're saying that you like, and then do the same in return, and that makes sense.
Exactly.
But
So
my
it's just
reciprocity, which is strange, I'm gonna say it anyway. But my reciprocity is I'm a quality time person. I'm a touchy feely person. So if you're there with me and we're hanging out, we're chilling, sitting on my couch, and we're watching Unsolved Mysteries.
Of course, it's true crime.
That is, it's crime. I love crime. That
I
to
go to
me,
sleep to true crime every night.
Every night, guys.
true crime.
Never have
snaps,
nightmares.
ID channel.
I can't do it.
yeah,
If you are willing to watch that with me, that's enough for me. To me.
We soul sisters, Ty.
But we're just so simple. I feel like I'm just so simple in that I'm not looking for much. Just I want that time. That's all I want. I want that time because I feel like when I was younger, I didn't get that time. You know, my mom was there. She was a single parent. She was there. She was at all my games. But that time individually, I don't think I got.
Yeah.
Because I had to share it with my sister. I have a twin sister. We had to share it. You know what I mean? And to have that quality time as an individual
With your partner.
it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Love my twin sister, love my mom to death. Like, I love them both to death. I will
Shout out to
Behind
twin
them.
mama and sister.
listen. I will be in jail getting that ramen behind both of them.
I the ramen.
But as
Ramen and
an
tuna
individual,
packs.
and I'm in a relationship, that quality time means the most to me than any other
And
gift.
as long as the person that you're dating knows that's what's most important. Like it is important that as you learn your partner, they should learn you as well. It should not be one-sided. And so, like she said,
Yeah,
reciprocity in this bitch.
reciprocity.
Okay, that needs to happen.
But you have to keep repeating. That means they ain't
Oh, they're not
listening.
listening.
I should have
They're
to
not
keep
listening,
repeating.
and that's a
Yeah,
red
you should have
flag.
to repeat. That's a red flag.
And that's
flag.
where I'm at. I don't feel like I need to keep repeating because you have to keep repeating with me.
Yeah, but also we cannot expect people to.
Be mind readers.
That expectation
Or
is,
be you.
but the
Yeah.
expectation is a whole other conversation, right? Because your expectation can be even with work. Like I told you what it was. You should have already listened to what I said. You should act on it. But us as humans, like when it doesn't happen, you're just like, well, fuck. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't care about it. They didn't take my suggestions seriously, and you just like move on from it. And then it's just like, well, nothing's gonna happen. That's how I am.
Yeah.
If I tell you, you don't listen, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna tell you
Told
twice.
you once, I'm
I don't
gonna tell you
repeat.
twice.
I don't repeat myself. That's what it is. I don't repeat myself.
I mean, that's about communication. People can't listen properly. I mean, that's a whole other thing too.
Listening is a part of the communication
Yes,
process.
exactly.
But are
You
you
can't-
Are you listening to listen? Or are you
Or
listening
listening
to
to
hear?
respond.
People
Or
are
listen to
listening to
respond.
Yes,
respond.
yes.
Or just say, I hear you. They say, I hear you, they ain't not listening.
That's facts.
Well, I want to thank you guys for giving your time today and for sharing your thoughts and opinions on the various topics we discussed. To our listeners, grow your community and take a moment to like, subscribe, and or follow our guests on their respective platforms. If you guys want to tell the people what you're doing, where you're at, if you want them to follow you, now is the time. If you don't want to, that's cool too. Because fuck the internet. Anybody want to do this?
I mean, I have an IG if you want to follow me. West B Chillin without the G,
You gotta spell
88.
Gotta spell that.
WESBE Chillin without the G, and then 88. If you want to follow.
Well, I am Twin on both Facebook and Instagram. If I choose to accept you, I do. If I don't take it to heart.
She don't know you.
I don't know you. I don't know you like that. I think I've already expressed I don't people like that. But I hope that in your journey that you find people who will fit what you need, fit your goals, and just live life. That's all I need you to do.
Live life fully and be happy with it.
I guess y'all can follow my fitness page on IG. It is Very Unique Fitness LLC, VERYUNIQUE Fitness LLC. Yeah, hope to see y'all soon.
Come on, like, subscribe, and/or follow. And we would like to meet you at our next Cocktail Mocktail Hour that occurs every last Sunday of the month. You can register to save your seat at www.cmhepc.com/register, and hopefully we'll see you there.